Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And I've been meaning to put up this video. Man, there is a wonderful movie out that Jamie Foxx, the actor, has been portrayed as famed attorney Willie Gary from Florida, called The Burial. It's been out over a month or so on Prime Video, but it is a wonderful movie, a wonderful storyline. And for all young African Americans who appreciate education and still value it, it is a story and a movie that I think everyone should see. And you should either Google Attorney Willie Gary before the movie to get a backstory, and Jamie Foxx as a character actor is one of the best, probably the number one actor out right now. What he did in the Ali movie as Bundini Brown, of course, the Ray Charles movie where he won the Best Actor award, and now he's playing famed attorney Willie Gary, who's 76 years old, went to Shaw University undergrad, and went to North Carolina Central University for law school, both black historical HBCU universities in North Carolina. Willie Gary also is famously known for being the attorney for Evander Holyfield. Willie Gary's still alive and lives in Florida. He was winning big cases during the time and multi-million-dollar cases before Johnny Cochran. As you remember, Johnny Cochran was a criminal defense attorney in California. Willie Gary was winning federal cases against large white companies and attended a black law school and a black college. So he exudes this presence of great blackness. You can't call him a sellout and say he went to Harvard or University of Chicago or Stanford. This is a gentleman who was born and bred in the South, went to black institutions, and went back to represent his people. Starting with what made him decide to go to law school was that he was denied an opportunity when he was married as a young man to rent an apartment, and had called the place, and they said they had an apartment for him. And then when Willie Gary showed up, the property owner said that there were no vacancies. And then he had somebody else call, and the property owner said there were some vacancies. So there was a racial component to it. He didn't want to rent to an African American man. And that spawned attorney Willie Gary to go to law school. He wanted to change the dynamics for civil rights, for human rights, for this to be a free country where each and every person has the same or similar opportunities for living spaces, for job opportunities, for respect. And the law, the minute that you get out of bed and place your feet on the floor, the law is in full effect. It is the most versatile degree you can have versus medicine, dentistry, business. Everything that you do of every day, of every second, involves the law. So the movie is called The Burial. You have Jesse Smollett's sister, Junie Smollett, that plays the opposing lawyer in the movie. Tommy Lee Jones is in the movie, and it is an excellent movie, and it's on Prime Video. One of his historic cases back in the day was in 1995, which is what this movie is based upon, where he represented a Mississippi funeral home operator against a Canadian businessman, Raymond Loewen, and he won a $500 million verdict. They got settled for $175 million. And federal cases are much harder than state cases. The state statutes are very black and white, very basic. When you start participating in federal cases, you really have to know the law. There's a big difference. You can ask any attorney. Then he went on, Willie is considered the giant killer. He went on to take on Disney. He won a $240 million verdict against Disney in 2000. And in 2019, he won a $23 billion verdict against R.J. Reynolds, the tobacco company, which eventually got overturned on appeal. But just for him to win that type of case is something as major. The kind of research and homework and preparation you have to do in federal cases are much tougher than state cases. Dealing with federal judges, federal prosecutors, they have an unlimited resources of money to defend the government's case versus you being an independent attorney. It takes tons of money, tons of time, tons of knowledge and preparation to even go into these federal courtrooms and try to initiate your case, present it, and then try to win it. You have racism that you're dealing with. Most of your federal judges across the country are white. They're older. They're stubborn. They think in a monolithic kind of form. And to be an African-American guy or woman to go into those white federal courtrooms and get them to believe your storyline and believe your case, and for you to get a verdict with 12 jurors who are primarily white and older is astonishing and amazing. Willie Gary is at the top of the food chain for being a black African-American leader. We always want to talk about the Oprah Winfreys, the Barack Obamas, the Michael Jordans, the Mike Tysons, the Puffies, Sean Puffy Combs, the Will Smiths, the Denzel Washingtons. But we have some really smart, gifted, scholarly African-American men and women that are doing amazing things in the corporate structure. I think there's a black female that is the CEO of Xerox, Willie Gary, Johnny Cochran, of course, who garnered a lot of international fame for representing Michael Jackson and Todd Bridges and, of course, O.J. Simpson. But there are definitely pockets of African-American people, men and women, who are doing astounding things in the business, legal, medical world. You had famed neurosurgeon Ben Carson, who ended up being in the Trump administration. So for all you young black people, young African-American kids that want to chase the bag by entertainment and athletics, there's still a lot of room for law school, medical school, dental school, business school. Please don't throw that in the trash and not allow education to be part of your dream. I know the educational system in America has gotten exorbitantly expensive, student loans and all of those things, but if the more you put in your brain and feed it, don't let that become a deterrent. Your education, your knowledge, and your success is the guidance to your freedom in America. I'll say that again. Your education, your knowledge, the knowing part, not being ignorant, garnering an education is the baton to your freedom in today's society. The fruit of your loin and the fruit of your soul and your mind is through the information that you garner and gather and put into your body, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and that's where we should be headed. So the movie is called The Burial. Jamie Foxx does an outstanding job. I think Jamie Foxx and Will Smith are our modern day Denzel Washington and Samuel L. Jackson. I know Will's going through some things right now, and I think that Jamie Foxx, he just had an illness. He's recovered from it. He's doing well, and he does an outstanding job in this movie called The Burial, playing famed attorney Willie Gary. As I said, Jesse Smollett's sister, Journey, I think it's Journey Smollett, does an outstanding job in the movie, Tommy Lee Jones. So please, everybody go watch it. Not just African Americans, but I think white folks. In America here, black people know more about white history than white people know about black history. So I think this is a movie for everybody. And it's a movie that makes an African American man, 76 years old, who's garnered his way through this entire system with racism, sexism, and everything else that has taken place in America. And he's found a way to be on top of the mountain. So white folks, black folks, please take a look at The Burial. Jamie Foxx has done an outstanding job. I'm glad he's healthy again. And please go support. It's on Prime Video. And so that gives you a little backstory on Attorney Willie Gary. I wanted to do a video about it. And when you talk about manifesting your truth in the right direction, he's an exemplary example of being a brilliant mind, a brilliant man, a family man. Of course, he's had his own personal druthers throughout life like everybody else, but he's found a way to conquer it. He believes in the church. He loves his mother, his family, and he's a shining example of what an African-American man should look like. So go Willie Gary. As I said, he's Evander Holyfield's attorney for years, and he has had his hands in the bellies and the pits of a lot of things in America and has changed the landscape of how African-American men are viewed and looked upon and respected. So manifest your truth in the right direction with love, peace, righteousness, and God-fearing beliefs. Be engaged in all the things that are taking place in America and the world. And please hit that like and subscribe button and check out The Burial.